Hello YouTube, it's time for another update. Well, as you can see here, this was my darkest corner I had. Now it seems to be right about in the middle slash over there from my bench light. But I have installed my track lighting. Now it's a little bit more white light than I would care for. And right now I'm kind of throwing on the idea of possibly painting the bulbs, or maybe coming up with like if there's a high temp type of paper I could use as a filter to make them a little bit more orange. I'm going for a sunrise, going to morning setting. But as you can see here, I went down to my local Menards. I got track lighting, installed it here, and then I put electrical box in here and ran some 12-2 with ground Romex all the way back. Went over a return air duct. I got another one here. I'm going to probably do one track light somewhere in this area, and then another one over here, so I get even morning northeasternly light, excuse me. But I got it running all the way over, back underneath, over and down, going to my breaker box there, and I installed my my first breaker without any help. And I had no sparky incident, so that's good. That's good. All my fingers, no charring, no burning, no seared flesh anywhere. But I played with this thing for a better part of an hour almost, moving it around, trying different spots. I mean, I got a couple drill holes there and there where I had it, and I'm like, I don't really like it. And I moved it over here. Then I got the bright idea. I'm like, well, I'm being an idiot about this. Why don't I just clamp it in place until I decide where to put it? So I'm learning. I'm no handyman yet, but I'm getting better. But you can see I got the lights here. Now I was kind of worried about a multiple shadow effect. I tried to get them all coming from the same source. And the best way I came up with on the fly was, as far as trying to eliminate a multiple shadow in effect, was, as you can see here, I stuck a T-pin in my my foam about the angle where the lights were going to be pointing at and most illuminating. As you can see, the shadows are a little off. They're pretty close though, and that's what I went for. I tried to align the shadows. That would get me the closest amount of single source light that I could achieve. Now sure, I could add a super powerful bulb right there, but I don't want to wash out the whole area, and because I have this long area to work with, I want to be able to control the lighting. I want to be able to move it around a little bit, have more intensity in one area. If I decide to take pictures and I want to highlight a specific area of my layout when I take that photo, or if I want to change it to a morning style setting, I can do that by just adjusting these lights a little bit, and I can probably get more than just what one setting will give me, or one light source, one bulb will give me. But it lights up this corner very nice. I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest. I don't mess with electrical much, and like I said, no sparky incident, so that makes me feel good. Now, one thing that was a help, so I can't sit there and say I just figured it out on my own, is this book right here, and I picked this up in my local Menards for $20, Advanced Home Wiring, and it's pretty handy. I mean, a circuit, yes, I could find on the internet, but there's a lot of other stuff in here, like cable wiring maps and whatnot, stuff I could use for other places in my home, how to install a breaker. I mean, hell, they go as far as to install an entire new main breaker box, junction box, generator outside, solar panels. So I figured, you know what, that might come in handy one day. So I'll go ahead and pick that up, and I've added it in my little library, growing library of do-it-yourself books and whatnot. I've never been a person to actually enjoy calling somebody or having to rely on somebody at 2 a.m. in the morning when I can try to fix it myself. But that's just me. I don't know. Call me old school, whatever. That's what I like to do. Hence why I got into model railroading. It's something I can do. I can't just call somebody in here to set it up, and if I did, oh my God, can you imagine that cost? Anybody who might be watching this video as a fellow railroader, you know how expensive this hobby can be. And calling somebody in to set it up every time you needed it, well, you'd better work for the actual railroad in that case. But anyhow, figured I'd do an update, and I cleaned up my mess. I actually have my little test track over there setting up against the wall, and then I've got nice clear space. No more walking on track on the ground. Granted, it's old, I can't use it. I got everything organized underneath, stuff I'm going to be using. My cats are attacking my layout over here that's on paper. I still got a pile of crap to take out right there. And I got some spare wood and whatnot over there is pretty much still the same. But my overall working area right here is good. And also, I'll do one quick little update. 2 switches completed. I just got to have the ties. I'm probably going to do that right now. But anyhow, I have 2 number 6s right here. One will be going here to lead into the yard. Actually, I marked the locations of this the other day when I was trying to play around with the alignment and how it's going to look. I still have yet to cut down some of these. There's Hi Loki. Yes, he's the ever helpful Loki right here. Little Loki man. I've yet to cut down the rails a little bit. Probably going to add at least a couple wood ties, but after they get outside of that, they get past these PC ties, they want to flex and move, and can't have that. That's got to be held in gauge and scale. So what I'll do is I'll cut them down a little bit anyhow to fit a tighter area. Put a couple wood ties on the end throughout the entire thing, and then it'll be ready to go. And actually stick it down on the board and lock it in place. And I need to come over here and clean up all my banging and whatnot up there in the rafters. It's caused all kinds of crap to fall down. Plus I had a few of those sitting on the table at one point, but I got a little dry vac upstairs I can use. I think my next project for renovating the basement a little bit to make it fit my layout is I want to take this duct out. Not so much take it out, I want to reroute it. And I'm thinking, since they dropped it down there and then ran it straight over, and then actually on the other side of this wall and upstairs is my bedroom, I cannot just, cap it and then let that room be cold. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to run that as a straight run on over behind that, what looks like gas line there, possibly even on this side of the gas line, drop it down at the 90 degree turn there that they have, run it over, and then pour it in. It'll be a hair bit longer run, and a little bit more work on my part, but it'll get it out of my damn head. That's really annoying when you keep walking back and forth and have to duck down. I'm short, and I'm 5'8", but that's still a little too low for my taste, and since my control panel is mainly going to be like right about it here underneath it, I don't feel like having that thing in my peripheral vision, in my headspace, and overall it's going to ruin my lighting for one, because I'm probably going to put a track light right about in here area, and this will be shut off, but I want to put a track light in about there, and that's going to screw with it, so it's going to have to get moved. Menards is having a ducting sale going on right now, so I'll probably pick up a few pieces of ductwork maybe tomorrow morning, maybe later on in the week. I don't know, we'll see. I got to get in before the 15th when they end the Made in the USA sale, which if I can buy USA, I will try to. And reduct that over. I can probably use these 2 90s here, and then this straight run of pipe over, and then I'm going to bring it down right here with those 90s again, and then run it over, and then I'll need another a 45 or a 90 or something like that to tie into that pipe right there, so that way I can get it up in the rafters and out of my freaking head, and should be out of the way then. I'll just have to make sure I support it right. But anyhow, that's what I'm looking like today. That's my update. So just wanted to give you guys a little clue in, and if you were wondering what the styrene is for over here, I plan to do, and you'll see it later on, super elevation in some of my turns. That's a 36-inch radius turn, I think, there. And inside I've got closer to 22 to 24 inch. But super elevation will be on these outside lanes. Should look pretty cool. At least that's what I hope. Anyhow, thanks YouTube. You have a good one. Bye.